devil knows he's a liar and the truth is not in him. The devil knows he's a liar and the truth is not in him. He has no place, regardless. No place, none whatsoever. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this devil platform with another message. And I will continue with Romans chapter 8, verse 5 through 13. I will continue. It's good to see you all in the live chat. Do you see how, you know what? They controls it. They control it. I'm telling you, and they know how. They know how. And it's not even my computer. It's them. Now, when it's my computer, I tell you, oh, my computer is dying out. This is them. This is the work of the unseen darkness. Okay. And I said I was going to reboot back up. And I was going to, I forgot what I was saying, but I wanted to finish Romans chapter 8, verse 5. And then we're going to talk. In Romans chapter 8 and verse 5 through 13. Romans chapter 8, verse 5 through 13, it reads, in verse 5, it says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. That right there knocked him straight out the box. You want them to go under the religion. You stay on that end. You stay on that end. Serve the flesh. That's what your religion is about. That's what your religion is created for, the flesh of man. Okay? But it says in verse 5, and those they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. So don't ever feel that you don't want to be spiritual, that you don't want to be spirit and truth. You know, don't ever feel that way, because those that Yah gives it to are those that he has chosen to give it unto. And there are those who don't have it, he said, because they don't know him and he don't know them. That's why they rather stay over in the broad gate where all the flesh is at. And they need to. Verse 6 says, we in Romans chapter 8, verse 6, for to be carnal minded is death, but to be spiritual minded is life and peace. So what is this man talking about? Be religion and not spiritual. And what does verse 6 says? For to be carnal minded is death, but to be spiritual minded is life and peace. But you telling people they need to stop saying that they're spiritual? Satan, no, he is plucked. Verse 7, because the carnal mind is entity against Yah. See, religion is against Yah. It is not for Yah. It serves the flesh. But listen to what verse 7 said. Because the carnal mind is enmity against Yah, for it is not subject to the law of Yah. See, you see where it says the law of Yah? I try to explain to you all over and over to always remember, if you got a law of the flesh, there's going to be a law of the spirit. You got a commandment of the flesh, you're going to have the commandment of the spirit. Okay? So where the flesh get its law and commandment, it's trying to mimic that was already set up in spirit. So it's trying to identify itself like it matches up with Yah. So when you see in verse 7 where it says, because the carnal mind is enmity against Yah, for it is not subject to the law of Yah. See, you didn't know Yah had law. Law is simply instructions, and commandment in Yah is instructions and directions. And Yah has instructions and he has directions. Now watch this here. Neither indeed can be. So we got to understand it's nothing that we do in our flesh can really please Yah. We have to tap into the spiritual realm and let our spirit please Yah. Then Yah will let our spirit get our flesh under the subjection. And we on the road, Yah. We on the road. And verse 8 says, so then they that are in the flesh cannot please Yah. Didn't I just say that? Those that are in the flesh cannot please Yah, even though The world and all the religion tell you it can. Matter of fact, a lot of them will tell you that what you do in the flesh can override y'all. Have you heard them say, claim it, name it, and claim it? Call it call it what it shall be, and it shall, something about call it or something, claim it or whatever. But everything they think that they have a power in the flesh to make things come to pass. That's why you see a lot of people out here showing miracles and signs in all these churches, pretending they healing. Okay. And and it says in verse 8, and we Romans chapter 8 and verse 8. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please Yah. So you see, and a lot of people on YouTube and Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Rumble, Patriot, they are pleasing their flesh and calling it Yah. Because when you speak of the things of the flesh, which is the worldly matters, and don't show spirit and truth of the matter in the midst of it, then you're serving Satan and don't know it. And you might know it, you just don't care because you want the check from Satan. See, a lot of them, y'all don't know. A lot of these people only talking to get the check. They don't care if they deceive you or not. They don't care if they speak in any spirit and truth. They don't care if they don't serve y'all. They out here to get money. And then they hooping and hollering about all these nasty Nacks, whatever his name is, and all these other men that sitting here doing Satanism. And what do you expect? They serve Satan. What are you doing up in them? Why are you all up in their Kool-Aid? Their Kool-Aid says Satan. Why are you getting their flavor? Why do you feel that you got to be about their business? Won't you tell somebody something about the Most High y'all business? You ain't got none. That's why. So go and get in their Kool-Aid like you've been getting into it. Okay, verse 9. Romans chapter 8 and verse 9. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the spirit. If so be that the spirit of Yah dwell in you. See, Yah is in us. And if he's in us, he done set us free from the world. From people on the outside of us telling us how to dress, how to eat, how to look, how to walk, how to have this day and how to have that day. How are you going to tell me on the outer side of me that over he that's greater in me than he that's in the world? So how you going to tell me what to eat? When greater is he that's in me. No, I ain't going to listen to him, but I'm going to listen to you. Think, y'all, think. That's where people are at today. And that's why the Father said it's over. He ain't saying it's over because of that. It's over because it's for real. He for real. It's over with me. I'm finished. I was finished when it started, Deborah. You know I was finished before it even started. You sure was. That's why you said it is finished. Okay. Now in verse 9, let's read that again. In Romans chapter 8 and verse 9. But ye are not in the flesh. That means you're not letting your flesh have dominion over you, your family, your mother, your father, your husband, your wife, your children. Don't let your flesh get the best of you. Because why? But in the spirit, you are in the spirit. If so be that the spirit of Yah dwell in you. Only if the spirit of Yah dwell in you. And see, what people don't understand, Yah or the Ruach HaKodesh dwelling in you is not what you say. It's not what you think. It's not because your feelings and what you say, what you speak. It's something that's really in you that you're able to identify. Wait a minute, something in me greater than anything in this world. You got to feel that thing. That thing is something you feel. It is not something you just say. And I got it. And that's why the world is where it's at. Going straight to the broad gate. Hell has been enlarged. Everything is ready for it. And people going straight there in saying, I'm saved. I have the Holy Spirit. I have the Holy Ghost. I have the Ruach HaKodesh. I have spirit and truth. I have the light. All these things you have. Why are you over there in darkness lane? Why are you walking over there behind the line in the broad gate? Okay. It says here, now if any man have not the spirit of who? Christ. He is none of his. Why the spirit of Christ, Father Yah? Father Yah, why the spirit of Christ? Because Deborah, Christ is what gonna bring him to me. Christ is what gonna usher my spirit into them. That's my right hand. That's my power. So Christ is me and I'm Christ. And that's what the world don't know. That's the mystery. And they ain't gonna ever know. And you know the sad thing about it? Say, for instance, Sister Deborah go to the greatest mountain in the world, and I had a something to say to everybody in the world, they still wouldn't get it because it's only given to who Yah has already assigned it to give, to receive it. So preaching and teaching it don't mean nothing. It's who Yah has already assigned it to. So right here it says in verse 9, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all something. You need to write Romans chapter 8 and verse 9 down. That's some good stuff up in there. Because it says, now if any man have not the spirit of Christ, the spirit of Christ, you can't have the Ruach HaKodesh without Christ. Because Christ is Yah. It's his right hand power. They come together. So he says what? If he don't have the spirit, if any man have not the spirit of Christ, he is none of his. Because the Ruach HaKodesh in Christ is the same entity. Okay, verse 10. I go all the way down to 13. Verse 10. And if Christ be in you, the body is dead because of sin. See, why you thinking that you can have Yah and your body, your flesh can have its way. No, it can't. Your body dies to sin. That means that you're not, once Yah come into you, do you know Yah is not blaming no more sin? Sin can't be sin in you. I mean, in your flesh. It's not going to be looked at as sin, even though you can continue to do sin, but it's not going to be looked at as sin. Why? Listen to what it says, verse 10. Romans chapter 8 and verse 10. If Christ be in you, the body is dead because of sin, but the spirit is life because of what? How did the spirit get life? Because of what? What does it say? Righteousness. See that? That righteousness is, I'm telling you, it's a brand. And guess what? What is right? Let me ask y'all something. What is righteous overriding? In verse 10, what is righteous overriding? What is righteous overriding? Now that's some power, y'all. What is righteous? What is overriding? He said here, but the spirit is life because of the righteous. So what is righteous overriding in verse 10? In verse 10. No. Very good. Very good. It's overriding sin and what else? The body. There you go. You got it. The body. There it is. Sin in the body. Now, isn't that beautiful, y'all? Just think of that. Just think of that. Look at it. Verse 10. The body is dead because of sin. Why is the body dead? Because of sin. What's going to override that? Righteous. Didn't I tell you the power? Righteous is one of his brands. Why? Because righteous is connected to life. Look at life, y'all. Look at the life. 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 It's connected to righteous, y'all. Remember that gate that leads to life? Remember the narrow gate that leads to life? It's connected to righteous. I told you guys. It's the four brand. When you really can grip all those four brands, you'll start to see righteous, faith, belief, and fear. You'll see them touch tagging each other up and down this book. And you say, wait a minute, hold up. They seem like they some kin. They are. They are Yah's brand. But the Gentiles, they're not coming in through righteous. Because y'all ain't seen nothing they done righteous. Ain't that something, y'all? Y'all ain't seen nothing they done righteous. And they ain't coming in because of fear. Because they don't fear y'all. The Gentiles, they don't fear y'all. And they not coming in because of righteous. They coming in through belief and faith. That's how they getting in. And where did they get that? From heaven. Heaven ushered it to them before they came down here. And they gonna return back with faith and belief. That's how they got in. That's how they got grafted in, through faith and belief. They didn't get it through righteous, and they didn't get it through fear. They got it through faith and belief. And a lot of people think, okay, they believe in Jesus Christ, you are saved, baby. It's deeper than that, baby. It's deeper than that body. It's got to be spiritual, believed from the heaven. Heaven had to have sent them down there with the brand of belief and faith. And then they're going to return back to the one that gave them belief and faith to be grafted in. You see, it's deep. It's deep. Okay, in verse 11 says, but if the spirit of him that raised up Yeshua from the dead dwell in you. Now, wait a minute, hold up. We got a problem, y'all. Y'all hear that? Did y'all hear what that said? We got a problem. We got a serious problem right here. We got a serious problem. Verse 11. But if the spirit of him that raised up Yeshua HaMashiach, I thought Yeshua raised himself up. Who raised Yeshua up, y'all? Go to 11. Romans chapter 8, verse 11. But if, you see that? But if the spirit of him that raised up Yeshua from the dead dwell in you. Wait a minute, hold up. Who is this spirit? Who knows? HaMashiach. That's who it was. And Yah is telling you all tonight, the power. You're right. That's that HaMashiach. He's the power. Yah is saying to you all, listen to what he's saying, you guys. Just listen to what he's saying. Watch this here. But if the spirit of him, see how he separated himself from Yeshua? I tried to tell you, Yeshua went to the cross like a champ. He went to the cross the way Ahiah had ordained and predestined him to. He went on that cross, and that's why he was saying, Abba, why have thou forsaken me? When did Abba forsaken you? When you got on that cross and it said it sinned. That's that spirit that sinned it, that was Christ. So you can take on the hour that was created for you to die like a man on the cross. He couldn't die with Christ. He had to die like you and I for our sins. He couldn't take on being the power of Yah and dying on the cross. He had to come like Yeshua, a man born of a woman. And he died on that cross. He did an excellent job. But, during the time when that spirit started to ascend out of him, he said, Abba, why have thou forsaken me? Oh, yeah. Now you can feel that thing, right? And that's why at a quickening, the Father, he gave up the ghost. Because the Father did, the mission wasn't that he suffered on the cross. It was that he lay his life down on the cross. That's it. It's over. So I'm not going to let him sit here and suffer. He gave up the ghost instant. Once that spirit, that Christ, HaMashiach came out, he said, Abba, why you forsaking me? Why? Because that flesh, that son of man, Yeshua, started to feel that thing like a man, born of a woman. And he began to holler out, Father, what's up? What you doing? Hold up, Pops, what you doing? And then he gave up the ghost. Praise the mighty Yah. So this is where I was explaining to you. When they took him away, Yeshua went back to the tomb with him to sit there for the 3 days. Sat there 3 days with him. That's why he didn't stink. He didn't do anything. Now, the power, Christ, HaMashiach, come back to lay in the tombstone with him so he can raise him back up on the 3rd day. Yeshua couldn't get up by himself, y'all. He was dead like a man, born of a woman. Come on, we need to give Yah some glory. Thank you. Give Yah some praise. See, this is what the world don't know about. That's why they don't know my Father. They don't know his power. So right here where we was in verse 11. But if the spirit of him that raised up Yeshua, wait a minute, I thought Yeshua was y'all. Hold up, we got a problem here, don't we? Don't we got a problem? I thought Yeshua was God. I thought Yeshua was Ahia. Huh? What's going on? Hold up, who had to raise him up? Listen to this in verse 11. For if the spirit of him that raised up Christ from the dead, and he's trying to send y'all a message. He ain't sending me no message. Y'all don't have to send me no message, but he's sending you all a message. He said what? The same one that raised Yeshua from the dead dwell in you. So how you like him now? You see that power? He's trying to let y'all know. If you are in him and he is in you, and you know that he in you, know that that same power that raised Jesus up, Yeshua up, is the same one, the same power that what? That dwell in you. How can we deny the power? How can we deny the power? If he can go in the grave in the tomb with Yeshua, wait for the 3 days of the prophecy to raise him back up, then what make us think the same one that raised him up can't raise us up out of hardship or bills and sickness and all kind of alcohol, drugs, and wait a minute. Do you know what type of power this is? And I like this because it's identifying how the same spirit that raised Yeshua up from the dead, hey, dwells now in you. So if this same power is in us, why are we listening to men tell us what to do? Why? And when I say tell us what to do, I'm talking as far as telling us how we should walk and talk, act, eat, look, smell, wear our hair, serve them, worship them, submit to them, kick rocks. Because greater is he that is in me than he that's in the world, and you in the world, and you are not greater than the one that's in me. Because the one that's in me told me that he raised Yeshua from the dead. Now, who are you to tell me? See, when the men get to that, now listen to what I'm saying. I'm going to mess y'all up real good. Watch this here. Just imagine a man. Let's say a tribe of Judah, one of the men already know what Sister Deborah's telling you all. You know what type of man? Hey, I want to know who he is. I'm ready to marry him. If that man see y'all like Sister Deborah see y'all, look, where he at? Where he at, y'all? I would marry him myself. You see what I'm saying? Because a man that follow out of the heart of my Father and know him like that is a man that every woman desires. Every woman desire that type of man. Every woman should. That is connected to the Ruach HaKodesh resting in them. They should want a man. And you know what? That should be a done deal. Time to submit. Yeah, baby, I submit to you. What do you want me to do? How you want me to do it? Show me what you want me to do. What you want me to say, baby? Tell me how you want me to dress, baby. Tell me how you want me to look. Tell me how you want me to walk. Baby, tell me what you want me to talk. How you want me to move. Tell me how you want me to take a bath, baby. Tell me how you want me to do this. I'm all for it. When you serve my Father like that, I'm all submitted to you. Where they need to get to, and they are a long ways from home from that. That's the type of man you want. One that have shown you through his own action, not trying to prove to you. And that's what these here muscle heads are. High-minded. They trying to prove I got guns, I got weapons, I got people following me. But no. I've learned as a woman of the Most High, a servant, that I don't need to follow nobody, and I don't need nobody following me. You're going to tell me I got all this power resting in me that's greater than the whole world, and I need the whole world to follow me on YouTube? You sicker than sick. Because what is the sense of the whole world following me and they ain't following my Father? Do that make any sense? It don't. I'd rather have greater is he that is in me than have anybody following me. Praise the mighty Yah. Okay, so here I like what is being said in Romans chapter 8, verse 11, because it said, but if the spirit of him that raised up Yeshua from the dead dwell in you, he that raised up Christ from the dead. You see how it messed up? Do y'all see how it messed up? Can y'all see that smear? Go back to that verse, y'all. Go back to 11. Watch this here. But if the spirit of him that raised up Yeshua from the dead dwell in you, we know that spirit is the Father, Ruach HaKodesh, right? Watch that. Watch this. He that raised up Christ from the dead shall also quicken your mortal body by his spirit that dwelleth in you. So we know that the spirit of Yah is the Father. The Father is, he has a right hand, which is his power, which is Christ. Notice it separated Christ at the top, but then tried to mend it up, mend it back. Can y'all see that? Can you see it? But Yah be the glory. I'm telling you, Father, Yah, you be the glory either way it go. Because you can see how they tried to, because why are you going to say it twice? You see what I'm saying? Did you see it? Hamashiach can't die. But did you see how they did it? They put it twice to cover up for not having Christ next to Jesus. Okay, you see where Yeshua is at? If they wanted to say that, they would have said, but if the spirit of him, which is the Father, that raised up Yeshua HaMashiach from the dead, dwell in you. That's what they should have said, but they forgot to say it. Do you see it? They forgot to say it, and they turned around and said it again. He that raised up Christ from the dead shall also quicken it. I know I shouldn't have showed that to y'all, but this is what the Father allowed me to see. It doesn't change the word as long as I know who he is and who his power is. You know, it's not, I'm not going to reject my Father's power after he done shown it to me through spirit and truth. You know, I'm not going to reject it. But that's why I tell you all, I read it. I don't deny this book because the Ruach going to show you. The Ruach going to show you how man's hands has been in here spirited. But you don't go and telling people throw the Bible away. Oh, it's wrong. You don't do that. You let the spirit show you the error and you keep it going. Because it ain't going to move what's in you out. It's just going to let that sit there and show you that the word is Yah and not a book. That's what it's going to tell you. The word is Yah. It is Yah. It was with him in the beginning. He is the word. And it is Yah. It is not a book. He never told you his word was a book. He never told you that. You can't find one verse in this whole book that tells you my word is a book that you read. That's not true. And that's the difference between the book and the word that proceed out of the mouth of Yah. What was the word that proceed out of the mouth of Yah coming to do? Teach you all things. He has the power to teach you what man's hands has been in and show you, because here is strictly where you see an error. They tell you Yeshua and then tell you Christ. Why is he raising two of them up? When it should, if you thought that Yeshua HaMashiach, the spirit was going to raise Yeshua HaMashiach up, yeah. But you turned around and said Yeshua and then dropped down and forgot to put Yeshua and then said it again. As if he raised two. He raised Yeshua and then turned around, raised HaMashiach. And don't forget, HaMashiach is who? The son of Yah. He came down as the what? The spirit, the word, and the power. So how you going to raise him up? He's just crazy. Let me get off of that one. So that's that right there. And he said also, Christ from the dead shall also quicken your mortal body by his spirit that dwells in you. So we know that this is the Ruach HaKodesh. You see what I'm saying? We know that this is the spirit of the Father. Okay. That is also who the son of Yah is, his Hamashiach. Remember, you can find scriptures where it says Yeshua did not come with just word, but with power, as if he had the characteristics of the Father that came down with him. How did he come? He come as the son of Yah, and Yeshua is the son of man. They came in the mission of one, Yeshua HaMashiach. One had the power, one had the spirit, one had the word. And which one was that? The son of Yah. And what did the other one have? It was the lamb. It was the redeemer. It was the blood. It was the one that laid his life down. You see? So both of them had a mission in the will of, you see? But what they did is, like I say, what they did is to show you how it doesn't move you from running from the book. It just shows you that when the Spirit is leading you, he's going to show you smears, but you keep it what? Running. You keep running in your lane. You don't stop. You don't stop to look to your left and say, oh, they said this. Oh, no. You just laugh at it and keep it running. Okay. Verse 12. Therefore, brethren, we do debtor not to the flesh, to live after the flesh. Verse 13. If ye live after the flesh, ye shall die. But if ye through the Spirit do modify the deeds of the body, ye shall live. See, and why does he say modify the deeds of the body? Because once the Ruach come in you, you guys, you got to do the best you can. And you can't say, oh, I can't do the best I can. No, that's a lie from the pit of hell. Because if greater is he in you than he is in the world, you're going to tell me that you can't do better? Come on now. And this is what he's saying. But if thou through the Spirit, which is the Ruach HaKodesh, do modify the deeds of your body, ye shall live. So you see how the Ruach would help you in areas of drugs, alcohol, lust, addiction to porno, addiction to medication prescriptions, addicted to smoking, addicted to all kind of things. You got to take medicine to lay down, medicine to wake up, addicted to sugar, addicted to salty food, just all these sort of things. Guess what? The Spirit of the Ruach that's in you, that's greater than he is in the world, he will teach you how to tame those addictions in your body. Tell me, ain't that beautiful? Tell me that ain't the creator. That's the creator of the creator. That's him of all things. You see, this is what we need to know about him. Just to be in this dark and evil days, it's worth knowing this. Say, for instance, you get in a situation, you driving and you going on home and all of a sudden you driving down the street and someone's shooting at each other. What's going to keep you? Knowing who he is and he in you greater. I'm telling y'all, it is something to have such an awesome creator that took on our spirit and rested therein. We need to respect that. We need to respect that, honor that, worship that, serve that, and do everything we can to make sure we represent him and his power. That's it. Respect, salute the mission of Yeshua HaMashiach. You have to salute that because that's the door he made for us to come through. They are the door. Yeshua was the blood sacrifice, the lamb that was slaughtered, laid down his life to redeem us back. And who brought him through it? HaMashiach, the Son of Man. He brought Yeshua all through it so that it can be fulfilled. Could he have done it without the Son of Yah, HaMashiach? No, he couldn't. He needed that power. Didn't you hear him say, sit here on my right hand till I make that earth your footstool? Where at? That right hand. I'm going to have to send it down to you and with you, my word and my spirit and my right hand. But it does not take away from who I am. And who are you? I am the Father, the creator of all things. I can do this. See that? And that's the credit we need to give him. That's what we need to praise and honor him with. That's what the authority that's through him. impossible for us to think anything outside of the greatness that rests within him. I won't get it. I mean, I was today when my ex-husband and I was out, I was telling him, and I was so emotional about it. I was so hurt because listen to this. I'm gonna share something with y'all. What really hurt me. Watch this. Y'all. I'm trying to grip. Anybody? Let me ask y'all. Do anybody understand where he says, the wealth of the wealth of the rich is laid up for the righteous? Do anybody can answer that? If anybody, because I was emotional, and even when I came home, I was still emotional. But guess what I did? I went into this study. And I felt really good, because when I heard that man say that, I went into this study and I felt really good because I was really feeling sorry around about 3 and 4, because I was thinking, I said, Father, why is it people do things and you be entitled to something, but still you don't get it? You get what I'm saying, you guys? Listen to this. It's this man hit me from the back, right? And when he hit me from the back, he apologized and everything. He was very apologetic. And people were all packed behind him. And I think he was on his phone. He hit me from the back. So he kind of tore up the bumper and cracked it and made the bumper come out from the side. And this was like almost 2 months ago. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to my store. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to go home. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go on and call his insurance company to make sure I report it. I was really giving him time. So his insurance company, this lady was really nice. She told me she was with Allstate. She said, I need you to also go to the emergency and get yourself checked out, because a lot of times when you wake up, you be in pain and so on and so on. And I did. I began to have this before she said that, but right in the side of my neck. But it wasn't nothing. It was what you call, what is it? Whiplash. What is it when you hit somebody hit you from the back? Whiplash. What is it? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Somebody in the line know what I'm talking about. So what happened is, after that bill for going to the emergency and the scan and everything, I turned out okay. That's when they gave me the muscle relaxer. Whiplash, okay? Whiplash, okay? That's it. And did you know the insurance company, you talking about Allstate. I did the search on Allstate, and I think they like probably something like $50 billion company. And I decided, I said, you know what? I'm sending them the bill the day that I didn't go into the store, and I'm sending this to them, and they paid for the car and the day I didn't go to the store, but they kept the money for the medical bill. And I'm like saying, but Father, how do they get a chance to get away with that? It just hurt me so much to see how the wealth of the world has always been given to them for their wickedness. And I'm like saying, how can he get away from not paying the medical bill, not giving me the money for the medical bill? I don't need y'all to pay it, because that's how y'all trying to get out of paying the bill, is to try to reason with them so y'all can pay less. But how could you be something like $50 billion and won't pay me for a medical bill? Don't y'all think? I was like, today I was just thinking, I said, Father, I want to tell y'all, I'm going to be honest with you. I said, Father, it's over. You already said it's over. It's nothing in this world that I'm looking for as far as riches and silver and gold. I know where I stand. I know I'm in my lane. What is it and what is wrong with righteous in this case, where they still pay what they need to pay? You know, I shouldn't even, honestly, I'm looking at it. All you have to do, Father, is say it and it's done. Think it and it's done. What's with this? You know, that They still procrastinating so they won't have to, because they know that a lawyer got paid and medical and I got nothing. That's exactly what I'm trying to lead to. Everybody get rich. Everybody continue this steal, killing, and destroy. They get the money. But then you sit back saying, well, Father, I'm not trying to get rich. I'm not, it's not, I don't get it. Why is it that you're not entitled? It feels like you're not entitled to anything. And you know what? He reminded me of something. He did. Because I was very emotional. He reminded me of your daily bread. That's what he spoke to my spirit. You remember your daily bread? I said, yeah, but I'm still in my daily bread. I ain't got nothing past my daily bread. But when he said that, I thought about, okay, my daily bread. And I don't know the limitation to my daily bread, but I guess it's just to just have nothing. That's how I see it. Nothing. I mean, like nothing. So I'm like, they are $50 billion company and can't pay a medical bill, y'all. There's something wrong with that. I mean, I just felt so emotional. And I think what happened is I knew better. Y'all. I knew better. Anything that's for me is for me. So unless y'all release it, I can't receive it. And I got to just believe that if it's in his will that I receive it, then I will. And if it's not, get somewhere and sit down. Stay in your lane. You know? And I learned that when I was in Atlanta, Georgia, about 12 years ago, when he was asking me, he had said to me, do you know what the daily bread, give me my daily bread? And I said to him, I said, yeah, it's just day by day. He said, okay, I want you to learn what that is. And he taught me that thing, y'all. Just to learn to live on your daily. Don't be looking for more than what you have that day. Even if you work a job, don't even be looking for the paycheck or how much it's going to be. Just take it daily as it comes. Just take it as it comes and live your daily bread. And it is such a blessing for Yah to teach you how to live your daily bread. It is such a blessing. It is such a blessing. And that's what he brought back to me today. Remember your daily bread? I said, yeah, but I can use this so I can get around. You know, just, and I'm like, this hurt. I was really, but then that's how you know that you are flesh still. You say you ain't walking around here holy then thou. You still got some flesh in you. And yes, you can say that. It is the curse because that's included in it too, right? That you ain't going to get above and every time. Yeah. See? But it's, you know what? Let me ask you something. So it's only for those who can really see in spirit and truth of the whole matter, because it's almost like, what about people who don't know that? But yet they know that there's a curse, but they don't respect what the curse says they're going to go through. You get what I'm saying? And that's another something that's going on. It's because no one has saluted the curse. So therefore, you're right. It's the curse too. Yes, ma'am. I do believe that. But see, that daily bread is the prayer in which he said we should pray. You see what I'm saying? So the curse, just imagine, upon the curse upon our people, you add that to it, we in trouble, ain't we? We in trouble, sister. We in trouble. But we richer than rich. In Yah, we are richer than rich. We are richer than rich. And I think that's also a part that allowed me to get through the fact that, oh yeah, I'm in the curse. Y'all done cursed us. I'm cursed. And yeah, I'm my daily bread, but look, I'm richer than rich. And y'all might not believe this. I feel like that sometimes. I'm the richest person on this earth. And they don't know it. Because I'm rich and truth. You see what I'm saying? So I guess that's all right too. You know, that, and I ain't gonna guess. I know it's all right. So that's a good thing. That is a beautiful thing. But another thing that the treasures for the heavens. That's it. He said that. But see, this is the thing with me. The treasures that are in heaven is my mission itself. Focus on where he called you to serve. And if you continue to serve and do what you are called to do, then you're building up your gifts in the heavens. You see what I'm saying? So I always, and it was one while, I'm gonna be honest, it was one while I was out here feeding the homeless, going staying all under the bridge with all these men and these women. I'm gonna tell you, I didn't care. I was taking Bibles, hot chocolate, gloves, everything out. It didn't matter because I was feeling I was doing the servant, being a servant of Yah. And till the Father come to me, he said, this is what I called you to. And I called you to be a servant as a prophetess. You are to judge. And I'm like, okay. So that's why when I be telling y'all that I be call myself teaching, and I can't really teach because I don't know how to come out of what I'm seeing. I got to cover every sentence, every verse. I don't know how to get in and come out like everybody teach. I just got to be in it all night and all day telling you did. Can you see this? Can you see that? I don't, because see, my calling wasn't to teach, but if he gives me the ability to, then those are treasures I'm building up in the heaven. You see what I'm saying? Those are how he's going to reward us in what we are doing on the earth that represent who? Him, not us, but what we're doing that represent his purpose on the earth. You see what I'm saying? Like it is in the heavens. So I look at that and I said, oh, that'll work. So I never did, even when I thought I could probably teach Sunday school, Bible class, I did do that at home, in my home. But I'm just thinking of how I have the ability to teach, but I try not to do a lot of that, even though I found myself, since I've been on YouTube, stepping into that role. Remember, I used to come on and I used to talk all the time. But now I come on with a lesson, and where that's coming from is what he's giving me. Because if he don't give this to me, I can't say nothing. And when I step into that water, it's on. It is on. Because when he get to talking, I said, oh, I'm going to go run tell. I'm going to go tell on you. I'm going to run in here and put this down, and I'm going to tell him on you. Because I ain't got sense. I think everything he tell me, I go put out. Not understanding everything for me is for me. It's not all the time he wants you to put it out. But I ain't got no sense. I don't know how to say, okay, Deborah, that's for you. And then when I get on here, guess what happened, y'all? When I get on here and start teaching, I end up learning as I speak. And I'm like saying, y'all don't even be knowing it. Sometimes I be talking. I'm like, okay, what? Now I see where you're going. Because now he used it for me to learn as I speak. And you don't tell me that is some sort of creator to get you to speak, and you're learning what you're speaking. That's why nobody is better than someone else. Nobody is up here higher than nobody. In Yah, he's looking low and looking high and looking all around. Ain't nobody above nobody in the eyes of the Father. And that's beautiful. That is awesome. That is awesome. So let's say something about the topic about you hear a lot about the banks and what they're about to do. And I'm going to tell y'all another thing. As a prophetess in the wilderness, I'm going to tell y'all what I came up on. And it was just a quickie, even though it was a quickie. How is it that I'm living to see revelation walk itself out? That's hard for me. Because you all, don't forget, this little hen here been in it since she was 4. See, y'all don't get it. So that was 50 what? 8 years ago. You see what I'm saying? In this, hearing this voice from this creator that long, and still finna run up into revelation. Not run up, running up in revelation, in and out. That's what we're going to do. Next time I come on here, we're going to discuss revelation. And I think I don't know which chapter we should start on, but I'm going to pray about it tonight and ask the Father, if it be his will, is it okay to go into Revelation? Because I see Revelation up and down. But I'm going to tell y'all something I learned last week. Blew my mind. I said, hold up. Father, we have denied thy power. We don't treat you like you are all authority and all power. Something wrong with us. He said, I've been told you that. I said, I already admit that I ain't got no sense. I ain't gonna lie about that. But you catch me on the other side, you're gonna get messed up. So I'm like saying, hold up. This is what I told him last week. You mean nobody could destroy the two witnesses? So you had orchestrated that whatever there is that comes from the bottomless pit is going to destroy the two witnesses. Somebody bring that verse up. See if you can bring it up. The two witnesses, when they going to get destroyed, so we can just read it. And I'm like saying, see, we thinking Satan getting the victory. Satan ain't getting no victory, y'all. It looks like it because of what's going on. The victory is being won by my Father's will. That's who's getting the victory. And we run around here. And that's why I say it's so important to these people on these platforms who pretend that they so holy than thou and they represent Yahuwah and we awaken and all this old crap. Y'all are blind and going to die blind. Because you're talking about stuff that don't mean nothing. Round about now, in this day and time, we're running up past the hour into the minutes. Guess what? We need to be talking all about y'all. Our first word and our last word. And anything in between should be about the Most High Yah. Why? Because he walking this stuff up and down and we sitting here looking like clowns. Anybody get that verse? Let's go to Revelation chapter 11. Now watch this here. Did you get the verse? It's chapter 11. Let me get that. Let me get there. No, yes, we there. 7. Verse 7. Now listen to this, you guys. Listen to this, and let me see who can break this down. Watch this here. Listen to this. Let's go to Revelation chapter 11, verse 6 and 7 and 8. Watch this here. These have power to shut the heavens. We're talking about the two witnesses. Now, have the two witnesses came yet, you guys? No. But we know that they are coming. Listen to what happened. Revelation chapter 11, verse 6. These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over water, and to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will. Now, who are they talking about? Anybody know? Who are they talking about that's going to be doing this? Anybody in the live chat? Who is talking about? Who is this saying that these have power to shut the earth? The witness. How many was it? How many witnesses was there? Okay, so there were 2. Now watch this. There were 2. Somebody said 3. If you don't cut that out, there were 2 witnesses. Okay, now watch this here. I want to show you what they were doing. Watch this here. In verse 5, it says, if any man would hurt them, fire proceed out of their mouth and devour their enemies. And if any man would hurt them, he must in this matter be killed. These 2 witnesses coming up, showing out with all power. You see that? All power. You see, they're going to have fire coming out their mouth. Say something to me if you want. I'll kill your butt. This is what these 2 witnesses coming to do. Just show all this power they got and authority. Verse 6. These have power to shut the heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over waters to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will. Who are we talking about? We talking about these two witnesses, right? Watch this. And when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascended out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them, and shall overcome them and kill them. Hey, hold up now. Hold up, beast from the bottomless pit. These were two men that had fire proceeding out of their mouth, and they can devour their enemies. They have and hurt men and kill men. They had powers to shut up heaven. There is no rain. They have the power for over water, and power to smite the earth with all kind of plagues. Wait a minute. Who's rolling up? Rolling up. Watch this here. Who's rolling up in verse 7? All the beasts. Y'all don't get it. I know y'all don't. Listen to this. In verse 7. And when they have finished their testimony, the beast that ascended out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them, and shall overcome them and kill them. Woo-wee! Who did that? The bottomless pit. Do you think that one that came, the beast that came out the bottomless pit, had the authority that y'all didn't give him to do just that? I want to just try to get y'all to understand the creator I serve, the one that's greater in me. He's entitled to be recognized. He's entitled to be respected. He's entitled to be worshiped and praised and given the honor of who he is. Yeah, he's the creator. We sit here and praise Beyonce and the king and the queen and the princess of everything. But here this one that created all things, and we won't give him the glory, nor the praise for who he is, who he was, and who he's going to be. He don't get nothing. So I see why he says it's finished. It's finished, y'all. It's finished. Now, listen to this. Verse 8. And their bodies shall lie in the streets of the city, which spiritually is called Sodom in Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. You see? So it's not over here. See, that's why I tell y'all, be careful when you thinking and waiting for something to happen in this country. This country is gone. Just like Sister Deborah told y'all. It's over for this country. It's over in the role that they played. That's why you're going to see the banks. You're going to see nation against nation, meaning people within this country. And I'm going to tell you what was making me really sad today. It's because I start to feel the Gentiles and the heathens going up. The way they swag is different, and it's not for the good. Okay, so here, listen to verse 8. Watch this one here. Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8. And their bodies shall lie in the streets of the city, the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. Yeshua was crucified. Okay, and watch this here. Listen to this. Verse 9. And the people, and they of the people and kindred and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in the grave. And they shall, verse 10, and they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts one to another, because those two prophets tormented them that dwell on the earth. They scared as I don't know what. They ain't touching them prophet, dead nor alive. They said, we ain't touching them. Let's pray. Let's marry. Let's drink and give me merry. Let's buy each other gifts. Let's have a party. They did. See, that was the plan of the Father. Y'all gonna party harder, but watch what I'm gonna do. Next thing you know, the Father told them, come on in, come on up. They got up, and they were to be seen all over the world, getting up off that ground after 3 days dead, rising, getting up. And then after they were seen, then Yah called them up. But that just shows you who you think was that pulled up that beast out of the bottomless pit. Don't mess with my Father. If you don't know him, get your tail somewhere and sit down and leave him alone and go on your way. Because I'm here to tell you, if you thinking you can deceive him, manipulate him, and live a hypocrite life and make him think you something that you know you ain't really involved in, just want to role play your life into the grave, you ain't got nothing coming. He already know who you are. He already got your number. He had your number before the foundation of the world. So I'm telling y'all, if you in it, be in it in spirit and truth. Be in it in righteousness. Be in it because he have given you the brands. Be in it because he have allowed you to know spirit and truth. Be in it because you are the light. Be in it because greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. Anybody have any questions before we? Yes, he should be feared. That's what I'm saying. But you know, we in the world today, nobody fears him. Nobody. That's one of the problems. Because just think, if people feared there is a creator, they wouldn't be doing the things that they're doing in the world today. All over the world. Nobody would be doing it. By force. I know that's right. I know that's right. And that's it. And you know what? You says, wait a minute, when we have others, we neither give him glory by choice or we're going to give him glory by force. That's right. What he say, every knee gonna bow and every tongue gonna confess. What is no one fears nothing. And that you are so right. People, nobody fears nothing. Nobody fears nothing. You all see all these things that's taking place and nobody's saying anything. No one is doing anything. And I think the saddest thing is this. No one has really seeked to really kind of line that biblical book up, because it'll tell you who's going down, y'all. It tells you who's going down with the ship. I know they ain't gonna teach you, they ain't gonna preach it to you, but the Holy Spirit that lives in you, he's gonna let you know everything from A to Z. And that's what you're gonna live on. You're gonna stand on just what he give you, because if you're gonna listen to people, let me say, they're gonna take you in all sorts of direction just to throw you off. And what about the stuff that's taking place now? Look at the banks that they're talking about. And this one man that says go back over to Africa, he's now telling me all the kind of crap. I'm like saying, now see, first you're trying to tell everybody to go back to Africa because you went back to go back to Africa. You get your tail somewhere and sit down and learn something. Now, he wants to convince what he calls African Americans to go back to Africa where it's safe haven. What he don't understand, baby, you do not override my Father. You ain't safe. And now I'm going to tell y'all something that a lot of y'all didn't know this. I believe it was said it was $53 billion they gave Africa. I think it's the United States, somebody. $53 billion. That was just to allow them to come over with that disease that they're about to eliminate the population. One thing we as people don't understand, we also people that run our mouth all the time. We run our mouth all the time. Half the time our mouth is ugly. We ain't saying no spirit and truth. We ain't saying nothing that cause people to think. We just think like our men think things are going to wake up and get better. I don't know if you all really know that. Our Negro men thinking everything's going to be good. Everything's going to get better. It's going to work on their behalf. Now, not on the woman's behalf, not on the United States or not on no other country, but our Negro man, the tribe of Judah, thinks that everything's going to work on his behalf, and that's it. But he don't understand what is said in Isaiah, Jeremiah, and Ezekiel says it's going to happen. They don't have no insight of Deuteronomy endgame from Deuteronomy 28, verse 16 to the end. They don't see nothing that's detached to them. That leads me to understand they're going to die. They're going to get up out of here just like the book says. And because of that, it's because people looking to be more deceived than to be awake through truth. Yep, that's right. I heard about that, including the United States from their meetings. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. 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 I heard about it. Was it last week or the week before last? Russia is settling Africa debts and how the country leaders are excluding the United States from their meetings. And you know what? Let me explain something to you, babe. And I think I've been saying this for about 20 years, y'all. And I ain't gonna sit here and lie. I think it's probably been 20 years I've been trying to get people to understand. This country is not in trouble, y'all. This country have been trouble, but it's not in trouble. It has been trouble. What everybody is focusing and meditating on is all the things that's happening here and how they are being excluded, like you were saying. But guess what? That's a trick. These countries have sold their people out. The people in this country that ruled this country, which the Roman Catholics, they sold the people in this country out. Can I say it like that? So therefore, they're over the governor, the system, the president, all of that. They rule all that. They sold this country over long time ago. Long time ago. And I give or take, I used to say 2004. But from what I'm learning, based on, it's all out there for you to see it, y'all. It's all out there being revealed. They sold out this country long time ago. So that means that the reason why United States is not included is they got to bring the country down, y'all. Do you all understand when they go to the meetings at the UN, all countries comes together and see how we're going to bring the population down and how we're going to bring United States, and United States is sitting right there with them saying, how can y'all help us to bring them down? You see, how are you all going to help us to bring our country down? They're in on it. It's not that they're doing something to the United States dollars. That's what United States is feeding you all. Because this whole country is lost without a cause. I could say with a cause, but they are lost without a cause. See, because the thing about it, they ain't going to hear Revelation 20:18. They ain't going to take to that. They still trusting in their rednecks, their heathens and Gentiles, their Europeans, to bring them out. It has to fall under the Father's will. And how does it come under the Father's will? It has to be orchestrated on the earth. As if it's something someone's doing to them. Your country is making it look like somebody's doing something to them. They ain't nobody doing nothing to this country, y'all. This country sold y'all out. And that's what people don't understand. This country sold the people in this country out. They sold you out. What happens in Matthew 24? He says, what did Matthew 24 says? There's going to be wars and rumors of wars, but don't be concerned about that. Yeshua said there's going to be wars and rumors of war, but don't be concerned about that. But the United States will make you, Ukraine and Russia and China and Europe and Japan, because they're so busy keeping your focus on how they have broke you down and you don't even know it. And that's why I say I felt sad today, because the heathens and Gentiles, they the main one that can't see what they own European redneck hatred, perpetual hate, hard, evil, Satan, demonic people have done to them, doing it to others, and it been okay. You've been doing it to people in this country. You have wronged these people all this time. And it was okay, long as you were being and getting what you want. So how it has to fall, this country has to fall through the same one that they put their trust in, this great old America flag, and got their flags blowing. Y'all sick as I don't see, and don't even see this country has sold this country out. And when they go to the UN, they sit at the table and say, what do y'all think? What should we do next? At biochemical was a four corner thing. It wasn't a United States sign on it. But what did they say? Let's make sure we help the United States with this. So we gonna make sure you get as many as you possibly can in numbers. We're all in it together, y'all. And you know what? As a prophet is in the wilderness, this is what he was saying. I gave you my servant to give y'all the heads up. Y'all don't listen to them. But you want to listen to the word. Let the word feed you. So when things happen, you're going down with them. You're going down with the ship. And a lot of our people don't know. You're going down with the ship, baby. When that ship sinks, you're going down with the United States and don't even know it. Because the heathen, when he said, when Yeshua was talking about in Matthew's 24, and he was talking about wars and rumors of wars, but he said, don't be caught up in that. Why? Why do the Father want us to understand? Don't be caught up in wars and rumors of war. Because he said it's always been. He said, but this is what you need to be caught up in. Nations against nations. That means people against people. So it's going to be, I don't even think it's going to even be a purge. It's going to be people killing people. They have let you have weed where they tainted it with some type of drugs to destroy the minds of people. They have made it okay that you can shoot drugs, and they're gonna make sure you have needles and make sure you have drugs to shoot into you. They just doing everything to eliminate the population. Why? Because they have destroyed you and you don't know it. You just still holding on, thinking that the flag of America is gonna still fly. Ain't no more flying, baby. Babylon has fallen. That's coming from the prophetess in the wilderness. It has fallen already. Everybody standing around, especially these Gentiles, waiting, these heathens, waiting for the great white hope to come and deliver them, which is somebody in their own nation from Europe, somebody white to come show them something or do something different. Baby, you going down. The UN and all of them, all the other countries, all of them are in it. It's no such thing that Russia is against China and China against Russia. It's no such thing as China and Russia is against America. Oh, they closing on America's dollar. Y'all stupid. When you can't see, it's a setup. Because if that was to be, then it counteract Revelation 18. Why? Because it'll be wars that we will be going through. We will be going through wars like always when it came down to the dollar. Why ain't we in war now? And they messing over the dollar. Why ain't we in war now? Because your country that you so love, even though you might not know it, has fallen. And it's been some time. And just because we rejecting it, that don't mean that it's doomed. It's not doomed. It's over. See, a lot of people think when you say it's over, oh, that just means for the whites or the Gentiles. Baby, please. It is really over. Babylon already fallen. What you're waiting for is the debris. You better hope that he come get you up out of here before the debris start to fall. Because it has fallen. And what did Yeshua tell? What did Yeshua tell them? Nations against nation. Kingdom against kingdom. KKK against the skinheads against blacks, Hebrew Israelites against the gang members against Ku Klux Klan, and white against black against white against each other. And that's what you got to see that, y'all. See, that's what I kind of say is sad, because people are saying they see, but they really can't see. Because if they could see already things is over. It's finished. It's going to be a chaos. That's all you got to look forward to. It's chaos. That's all you got to. That's why it's important to have spirit and truth. That light that you can see through the darkness and see your way. And that's why you need the Ruach HaKodesh, the one that's greater in you than he that's in this world that's going to be chaotic. That is chaotic. And you can't even see it. And see, that's what I think that's really bad about this country. Guess what? Say, for instance, Sister Deborah's sitting right here, right now. Okay? Just imagine I'm just sitting here talking to you all. And what if somebody come through my front door and I can't see them? And they put a gun here, bam, right in the back of my head, right on nationwide television. That's where you all are at and don't know it. That's how serious it really is. And who has to play into it? Sister Deborah. Like everything's okay. Why? Because I'm in my lane in which he has orchestrated for me. That means you in there. You in that lane. Just stay your butt there, Deborah. Don't go to the left. Don't go to the right. Just stay in the lane because you see the finish line. Your job is to keep informing the people what I give you and give them me. And even if you never come back on this devil platform, you done gave them all of what I was in you. You done gave it to them. See you in the heavens. You're going to be rewarded. See, a lot of people think, that's why I say to people don't understand. They think people talk, but they don't understand who the body of Hamashiach is. Okay? Not everybody, there are those that he have placed in the body. And we work for the power, which is Hamashiach. He never said the head was Yeshua, because Yeshua can't be the head. Only Hamashiach can be the head, because he's the power of the Father that controls the body. Okay? So even though it looks like our body out of order, guess what? We still got a head. Even if that head had to take us out, it would do that just to save us. That man that's across the street, I get so sick of that man bringing his dog over here, and he does it purposely. And I hate when he does that. Oh, I hate that. And I know it. I ain't got sense. I'm going to confront him. I sure is. I'm going to confront him. Because I'm going to have to tell him, you bring that dog over here every time to aggravate my dog. But I'm going to tell you one thing. That's a language my dog is speaking. My dog is saying, what's up? What you doing out here this late at night? He's trying to get the dog to talk to him. Heathens and Gentiles then stripped animals from even their natural way of being, the way Yah created them. Y'all know dogs not allowed to bark. Dogs not allowed to run. A lot of y'all ain't even paid no attention to that. They don't give dogs that privilege anymore. These elites, these sick people who think because they white, they right. They done stripped all that from these animals just as they have done us as a people. So I'm just telling y'all, it's so much stuff that people really don't pay any attention to. But I want y'all to really understand. Don't ever think or feel that somebody's doing something to the United States snakes. Because what you're saying, you might think that, oh, they doing this and the other country. Ain't no country doing nothing to this country. You got to understand, this is the only country that heavens, the creator, see fit to destroy because of what it has done. Read Revelation 18. Because, first of all, Revelation 18 is a system. But the system headquarters hides in the United Snakes. Because United States is the #1 country that have done all the dirt in the whole world. Have you all used to remember when they used to show soap operas, and the worstest person as the actor in the soap operas, the moment somebody kill them, it's all about they kill so and so, and all of a sudden that person become good now that he's dead. When that's how the United States snakes is. We got to see it like Revelation said it's going to come down. Okay? We got to see it as the one that killed all those Indians, killed all those Hebrews, and all those slaves, and took every land from every country and land from everybody, killed, steal, and destroy. You got to see them like that. Just because you over here in it, do not think for 1 minute that United States, somebody's doing something to United States. All that United States have done, we shouldn't even have the nerve to try to cover up somebody's doing anything to this country. This country has sold their people out. And their stupid people is walking around with flags in their yards, on their housetop. And they have been sold out. When he said lawlessness, I see it. It's clear as I'm sitting here seeing myself on this here laptop. There's no law in this country. Oh, it appeared to you because no one has crossed you yet. But when they do, you're going to start to feel this thing, like Sister Deborah said it. But when you have embraced what the Father shows us, we got to see that this country has sold everyone that lives here out. I just can't, it just bothers me that this country can't see it. It bothers me that they can't see it. They cannot see that you're not going to win against them. Ain't nobody doing nothing to the US dollars. That was the plan when they went to the UN and met up all together. We got to take everything from those people in this country so we can destroy the country itself. And the country itself meaning the people. You see? And the people don't even know what's coming. None of them won't. They believe more in this country than they believe in the Creator. I'm talking about majority of every church, every believer. They say they believe in something. They believe more in this country than they do in Yahuwah, who they have never seen, but yet they don't have no belief for him to be anything. So they're going to bring the sickness over. Just as I thought, they didn't give Africa the 53 billion. Why did they give Africa 53 billion? Everything you see on your television is a lie from your country. They lying to you all. They got on all of your Netflix and all of your cable movies, everything showing you what they doing to you, what's about to happen in movies. They showing you how they taking all the blacks that's supposed to be famous and singers and supposed to be something, and they thinking they using them to show you that they done made them all demonic. They have. And we run around here talking about the white man. They didn't turn from Dwayne, every guy's playing professional football, professional basketball in our nation. They didn't turn them under. And we run around here, can't even see it. They done everything that I'm sitting here watching our black men that call themselves to be like, it's these two men that they took off the board or something in another country because they was talking about gun law. Do you know they set them up to do that? And I think that's so, oh, Father. They set those black men where they said the white woman, they didn't kick her out, but they kicked the two black guys out. Yeah, that was a setup anyway. Negro, what you in there trying to fight for gun law? Go to your darn community and talk about gun law. Why are you up in the eyes of the white man telling them about a gun law? Gun law your tail somewhere and sit down. Go in your community and talk to your community about killing one another, about gun and gun law. Community. Woo! No, they up in the white man's system. Talking about the law of the gun law. Sit your darn tails down. Stop clowning. But they paid them to do that. See, it's over, y'all. They paid these two well-educated brothers to be speakers against the gun law. What they saying? Real good. But they saying it for the heathens. The power that bees. They pay them well to stand up there and fight against it. Why? Anybody in the live chat know why? Oh, Father. Anybody in the live chat, do y'all know why that they would pay these two young black men to be acting a fool in the court system and in their own positions? They put them down. Why would they do that? Why would they have these two black men to represent the gun law and be speakers and marching big time? Y'all ain't seen it on the internet. Anybody seen it on the internet? Not on the internet, but on the news. Why would they do that? Why would they have these guys doing that? Why would they have these two black young men? They can't be no more than 30 years old, representing the gun law lobbyists or whatever it's called, and out there. Nope. Why would they have them in there? And I'm going to tell you another case. There's another black man going around baptizing. A black man. He's been all on the news, all on the media. He's going around baptizing people who believe that homosexual is it's not acceptable, and homosexuals need to be saved and baptized. He's going, and guess what area he's going into? Their area, where all the homosexuals hang out in different states. Who's paying for this man to do this? There it go. They trying to set something off. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Nigga, roll. If you want to do something, go down to your black community and talk about gun law. Talk about guns and crime and killing and murder. Why you up there with them white people? Guess what they did, y'all? They kicked them out. Y'all ain't seen it on the news? Y'all ain't seen it all on the media and all on the news? Oh, come on. One of them got a big old afro and big glasses like back in the old days. Speak very professional. And the other one got slicked like Indian hair, but you can tell he's black and probably Indian. Why y'all amongst these Gentiles and these heathen talking about adoring gun law? Go into your community. And they sitting here saying that our people are dying. Do you think these here heathens give a rat's behind about your people dying? Come on now, y'all. Y'all got to be smarter than that. Come on now. Y'all got to be smarter than that. Y'all got to be smarter than that. Come on. It's a setup, y'all. It's a setup. Nation against nation. Kingdom against kingdom. The war has to start within this country. That's why he said in Matthew 24, wars and rumors of war, but don't be concerned about that. Because that's not it. That's not it. That's what Yeshua was saying. That's not it. Why? Because it's always been war. So he letting you know, don't get that caught up, y'all. Don't look at wars and rumors of war. They're going to use it to take your focus off. And that's what they do. That's all that Ukraine and Russia, all that's a setup, y'all. All that's a setup. And what Ukraine and over in Africa and other people bring these people here, you know, that's why? Because they know they're getting ready to destroy this country. So they say, let's bring, what y'all don't want, if y'all want to bring a lot of them over, we'll let them through the border. We'll let you bring them on in. Ukraine, you want to get some of them over here? We finna destroy this country. So bring them all on over. Bring them all on over. And what do Revelation say? A cage of all kind of birds. You know what they mean? What do he mean? Unclean birds. They're coming from everywhere to this country because the biggest throwdown is what's going to happen in this country. Why everybody's sitting there talking about Russia and Ukraine, China and Japan. Y'all are gone. British, Canada is preparing. Everybody's preparing to set it off in this country. That's the plan. And let me ask y'all something. Is it anything wrong with what they're doing? Is it anything wrong in what they are doing at the UN and setting this stuff up like that. But see, when I see all the homosexual and all that stuff that's going on, that need be. Because he said in the end days, it's going to be also like the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. So it's walking my father's prophecy out. So I salute it. Let it be. Let it be. Because my father said it, so I believe him. So this is about right. The sad part is about homosexual. A lot of people have them right with them, and people don't know it. They have a lot of males, husbands, sons, uncles, grandfather, cousins that's in it that you don't know. So y'all know it. Y'all know it. That's why he made sure he leave a prophecy that it's going to be, the end days is going to be just like the days of Noah. And the days of Noah was sex trafficking, where men were selling their daughters to the sons of Yah. And the sons of Yah was taking as many as they pleased. They couldn't take them unless they paid for them. So what was going on? Prostitution, sex slaving, what you call it? Trading. That's what that's all about. See, we missed all that because men is teaching this thing. Women ain't got sense enough to see it. They so busy believing everything a man is saying, and they can't see. They've been lying about how y'all end the world in Genesis 6. I stand on any mountain and let y'all know y'all been baxed. They fooled y'all. So it's the Father's will, but what was my question? What was my question? All the other actions support the prophecy. Yes, it does. All of it supports the prophecy. Yes, yes, yes. So this is why I say you would do better to salute the prophecies. Because you're saying to the Father, okay, Father, thy will shall be done. And just keep it going, trying to be the best that you know how to be. And y'all ain't telling you to be the best. He just say to be the best that you know how. I know how really you can be. So don't focus on trying to be something that you think that you have to work at it. Just be the best that you know how. I got you on the inside. Just work on the outside because I have that inside working on your outside. So just be the best you know how. All this overworking stuff and trying to trap people. Look at all this crap that Sister Deborah's talking about. So what is it that you think that when this time where we're in now, all this chaos, all this confusion and all this mess, do you think that it's going to make somebody dress a certain way, act a certain way? Y'all be free, be set free. Y'all said he set you to liberty. Be set free. Definitely the days of Noah. Yes. It's going according to the Father's prophecy. Yes. Yes, it is. The prophecy. Let his will be done. Satan has his time. Exactly. Why? Because in Proverbs 16 and verse 4, he said, I created the evil for the days of wicked and the wicked for the days of evil. So who's going to tell him what today should be like? When he's sitting here telling you, just like I given you time, I given Satan time too. Satan can't overstep his boundaries. So everything you see going on, guess what? A lot of it is flesh. A lot of it is Satan too, but Satan can't even conquer the flesh and let the flesh open the door for him to get in. So therefore, just showing you that flesh is playing a good role, a big role in it. And he's having his time. Praise the Most High Yah. Thank you, Father Yah. I like that. I like that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome his prophecy. And that's what I've been telling people for the last 2 years. He just wants us to respect what he already prophesied that shall come. Once we can find room in us to say, Father, you've been on it all the time. That's giving him the glory, y'all. That's giving him the honor. That's giving him the praise. When we recognize that he didn't spoke these things to us, not just in word, but in spirit, salute that mess and say, okay, you've been on it all the time. You the man. You the man. You let him know who he is above all things. But when we are the things that the Father has prophesied. And you know I'm gonna tell you what's the kind of scary thing. You see how he said in the bottomless pit, the beast that came out of the bottomless pit, and how he took out the two prophets. You have to be able to understand who is this that's coming out the bottomless pit. You get what I'm saying? You have to be able to connect to it in spirit and truth. Because when he spoke of the horses, the red horse, the black, the red, the white, you have to understand it in spirit and truth. It's not saying like literally a horse. So he has to bring you in the spirit realm of what he's talking about. And when he does that, I'm telling you, that's why I say it's good to salute his will. Deuteronomy 28, salute that thing. Woo! Salute it. Let them know, I understand where you're coming from, Father. You are the best of the best. You the greatest. You the wonderful. You the perfect. And we all have done you wrong. How can we stand and try to buckle up against that? How can we dare try to make people think that other people are greater than he is? Come on now. Come on. They ain't gonna get nothing. They ain't got nothing coming. Thy will be done. All praise to the Most High Ahia. Yes, Yah. Yes. Yep. And all this stuff y'all see, let me tell y'all, when things will continue to happen and you see how, I'm going to tell you, set example. A lot of this stuff I don't entertain at all. And the Father knows that I don't. But what he's showing me is, you see that over there? They didn't have probably 10 derailments. Have you seen that? Have you heard? I said, yeah, I heard about that. Train derailments, chemical spills, facilities. They didn't have so many food facilities and plant facilities blowing up, setting on fire. They didn't destroy all kind of cows and chickens. And a lot of people don't even understand what was going on with the eggs. They putting stuff in the eggs. They putting stuff in chickens so that these eggs can come out different. Y'all, they got it set up on the floor. Y'all missing it. It's right before your eyes. Everything they doing is to bring Babylon down within. Babylon is not coming down from the outside, it's coming down from the inside. So what did that tell y'all? You missed it. And you're gonna miss it. Because while they're sitting here, now this is the thing. Even though they preparing everything on the outside of this country with the UN and all of them, but they destroying y'all from the inside. And nobody can see it. Nobody can see it. But yeah. And those that he gives eyes to see. And I sit back and I think even the banks, they're talking about what this country about to do to our money, and how the other countries, like you were saying about the money and how they're going to take away the currency. They're not going to no longer use United States currency. Guess what? That was already on the table at the UN, baby, when all these countries got together. That was already on the table. All these countries already know who the beast and who the false prophet and the Antichrist. They already know who it is. All of this stuff has been settled, y'all. And we sitting here monkeying around thinking, oh, they doing this to the United States. So they doing, baby, they ain't doing nothing to the United States. Is doing it to themselves because they refuse to see what their country has done to them. And they have sold them out. And that's still yet the will of the Father. We don't want to see him for who he is and what he said. Oh, it's going to show up and show out. And we're going to be stuck still here trying to figure out what they doing there. They doing it. Oh, did you see what this happened? Oh, they broke in the house and killed the whole family. Oh, they broke in that house next door and killed. Oh, they took all the food from over here. Oh, they went out in the woods and killed everybody in it. That's what's going to be happening, y'all. That's all that's going to be happening. Why? Nation against nation. Nation against nation mean within. People against people. Kingdom against kingdom means skinheads against Ku Klux Klans. Ku Klux Klans against the Hebrews. You see, that's how it's going to be, y'all. Whites against whites. Blacks already against blacks. So that's going to be the norm. That's why they gone already. So they already gone. So it's going to be a chaos. And it is right now. Y'all just don't know it. I've seen Gentiles against each other like never. Oh, yes, I have. All you have to do, look at all these gun shootings going in here, killing these people. Look at the man who just went into that bank. Did anybody was black? See what he told y'all? What did he tell y'all? Matthew 24. Nation against nation. White boy going to bank. Killed all VIPs. Come on now. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? See, we missed stuff like that. And all these different killings. Another woman, trans, she goes into a school. Kill up. Not one black involved in that. Y'all ain't seeing it. Y'all are not seeing it. See, y'all ain't saying that this is not just gonna be among the black and white. This gonna be nation against nation, mean people, period. That's why the Gentiles have already with firepower. Black people sold their guns and killed one another with theirs. They don't even know where their gun is at. Because they're going to need them. That Sister Deborah said, don't have that mark. You're going to need every gun you need. Just like Pastor Dowd. Yeah, they going to need every gun they going to need. Don't be marked in your forehead like Revelation chapter 7. Don't be marked in your forehead. See, they don't teach it and minister this to the people. Even their own people, they won't tell them. They rather prepare for the war. So that tells you they don't think they who they say they are. They got people thinking they are who they are. Got people believing that they are God. Got people believing that they all that and that. But then they ain't preparing them. Then wait a minute, y'all. When they come, they coming for us. We better have all the weapons we need because they know who's coming for them. Isn't that sad? They know who's coming for them. See, you don't have to worry about who's coming for you if Yah has marked you. If you're walking in spirit and truth and in the light, and you know that the Ruach HaKodesh live in you, and I'm going to tell y'all, the reason why one knows that the Ruach HaKodesh is living in them, it's just so many things he do with you. He do to you. He show you. He reveal things to you. He speaks to your spirit. He tell you, no, don't do this. He said, do this. And here, it's things and situations you have been in life. You can actually say, and everybody said, well, everybody done been into it, but I'm talking about the Ruach HaKodesh, one that no man, no woman can get you out. And you know, heavens came straight down to your beck and calling. You see, give that credit and that glory to who it's due. And stop monkeying around here if you know that greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. And if he's that great in you, you think that some gunshot gonna come pierce you in the head? I don't think so. You see? It's many things that's taking place right before us. The currency, the money, they're bringing you down from the inside, people. This is not a plan of the outside. Russia, China, British, Canada is cutting up, y'all. They're doing all kind of wicked and evil for the elites, for the Roman Catholics. They're doing all kind of wicked and evil. German, all of them. Y'all ain't got nothing to business saying nothing about them. Get ready, get ready, get ready, because it's what's in the end. It's what's happening in your country. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. Nothing. So it's no need to keep saying, they doing this to us, they doing this, and they doing this, they doing that. When did somebody do something to the United States that you know of? And if they did, it all been a lie. History has been a lie. Wars has been a lie. Going to the moon has been a lie. Setting these houses on fire in California has been a lie. Everything they do is a lie. When you got biochemicals in your country, that's your country's bringing biochemical in here to bring your country down. And these people sitting around and can't see it. They already telling you, every time you turn around, they're telling you another virus coming because they're getting ready to give you something. So they just preparing you and you too ignorant to see it. You really over here talking about Russia and Ukraine, China. And that's what's wrong with this country. Everybody worried about everybody else and can't even see what's going on within. Because this is what I'm going to tell y'all, and I hope this be with you. It's not what's on the outside that you need to be focusing on. You got to be focusing on the inside of this country. Why? because that's what it's talking about in Matthew 24. Okay, that's what it's talking about in Revelation 18. This is the country. Now, it's also talking about the system. Why? Because the system that rules the whole world is the Roman Catholics. It is Satan's right hand. Okay, it is his power he uses through the Roman Catholics. Okay, and Christians has been a shield to protect the Roman Catholics so you can't see them. This week alone, we got tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday. Look in your community and see how many big cathedrals, I think I'm saying it right, churches all over the place, all of them vacant. That's Roman Catholic. That's power. And like I was explaining to y'all, the Roman Catholic use as their logo a woman womb, her uterus, and her fallopian tubes. Because they're call themselves teasing the Father. They call themselves teasing the Father creation. Why? Because what the black men, not the black, I don't want to call them black, what the Hebrew Israelite men didn't know is that the Roman Catholics that rules and power the whole world knows that they have stolen the womb of a woman to be their logo. Now, what's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you? And if they have taken this logo of a woman's womb in her fallopian tube and made it their logo, then that's to tell you why you see all up in Genesis to Revelation like unto a woman in travail. It is so many things in there that is signatures about the woman of Zion. And they missed it. They still missing it. That's why they made her the scapegoat in Genesis chapter 3. It's been going on a long time, y'all. And this is why it is over. And it's been over with y'all. Because now it's time that we see that which was prophesied. It ain't time to kind of make the crooked straight and the straight crooked. It ain't time to make one go up and one go down. It's time to say it's over. It's finished. Now it's time to see it. And it's been going on, but they still like this here, blind to it. So what's going to happen? It's going to have to come up on you all when you least expecting it. And it's up on you. It's so far up on you. See my door right there? That's just how close it is on me. And I'm a prophetess in the wilderness. That's how far it is to me. That's how far all this chaos I'm talking about, that's how close it is to me, to my front door. And I ain't running around here trying to deny it. I ain't trying to hide it. I ain't trying to tell y'all when, oh, I ain't worried about it. Ain't it? No, that's a lie from the pit of hell. He's revealing it to me day by day. And because he's so great in me, he's tainting me to embrace all that he has already prepared, because he ain't going to change nothing. What did Yeshua say? What did Yeshua say when he got to Gethsemane? Take away this bitter cup. Oh, no, not my will, but thy will. See, even he thought. He even had that feeling. It's time to swoop the cool. It's time you lay down that life. Your hour is at hand. And what happened? That flesh got troubled. Yes. But he knew, not my will, but Father, help me to press on to thy will. Thy will be done. He went out 3 times saying similar prayer. Want me to tell you what's, think. Why was he on his face? It tells you he was on his face. Because he needed the Father to help him through that. He knew he needed the Father. He knew a journey like that. And that's why I say to you all, if you run around here thinking you blind, like you can't see this stuff that's going on, and okay and everything, and justify and clarify and identify, you better get with the program. And the program is trust what the Father said that's going to happen. And another one that's real good is Matthew 24. Because it'll tell you right there, don't be caught up. It told us, don't be caught up in wars and rumors of war, y'all. That's not it. But he said nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. That's people against, and it's within. United States is coming down within. They're coming down from within. Ain't nobody finna bomb them. Ain't nobody took nothing from them. Ain't nobody did nothing to them. It's coming down within. And because of the Gentiles and the heathens, that's where their downfall is going to be. They've been wronging people for so long. They can't see nothing being going on wrong in this country as long as they still able to survive. But when they start to see where they already started every place where they're going to ban your money and control you, they're going to be cutting up from the floor. They're going to be ready to kill everybody. They don't care if you, their neighbor, or whatever, any color, any black around them, they're going to try to take your life. They're going to try to do everything because they don't care no more. That's how bad it's going to be. So if you think that life is about taking this end day and making it prettier than what it is, you go right ahead. But you're going to see some ugly. You're going to see some ugly. Matter of fact, the ugly is standing right there. I ain't going to sit here and lie to nobody. Like I said, it's right at my door. So I ain't going to sit here and tell you no lie. It's there. But I just thank the Father for preparing me to accept the things I cannot change and know that greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. Come on, you can be at that door, but I bet you he won't let you come through it. Come up to this door. You're gonna be like the Hebrew the Hebrew boys in the furnace fire. Everything around this door can die. So come up on that door if you want. And Sister Deborah don't need no gun to prove that point. I got a gun in me that's greater in me than any gun that ever been created on the face of the earth. I got it within me. So that's how great I know that he is. Sister Deborah had to get up out of here. I'm out. I'm out. Because I feel that he didn't even have to, y'all. This is how I see the Father. He didn't even have to, but he did. He worked with me since I was almost 4. All the way up until now. Do I have anything to complain about? I have nothing to complain about. But I have something that I can trust in. And that is him. Greater is he than that's in us. That's right. Put that trust. But know that he got you on every end. You can go anywhere you want to. You can do whatever you want. When you have that assurance that you have been set free, that liberty that he said he come to give you in the spirit, can't nobody touch that. Wow, your mother. Oh, yeah. Yes. So lawless, no fear, no nothing. Like that young man. Why are you come raping that old lady? Then had raped another old lady like 60 something, then raped another lady that's 80. Why was you doing that? Your own, these are men out here. Did you hear any man teach or preach about that? Men, we need to stop doing. You don't hear them. Because see, the error wasn't what you see today. It was yesterday, the Father said. And that's why I appreciate him letting me know in Genesis, you have to be careful when you reading that. Because if you don't see where the error is at, you will really get caught up in what has always been said all these years. You see? And that was a lie. That was a lie. That's right. Put your trust in him and know that he got it. Every end, every corner, every side. Every side. Yep. And that is when you understand that he got it in his hand, then anything happen or anything come up on you, just call on him and say, it's in your hand, Father. But see, when you do that, whoever's in your way, you got to just be able to handle what's going to happen to them. That's just all it is to it. Because he even told the angels, hey, hold up. He told this one angel, go down there and tell them 4 angels. Don't they do nothing until they have marked minds in the forehead. Tell me that ain't the one I serve. Until they have marked minds in the forehead. Don't mess with that earth. Don't mess with that grass. Don't mess with the trees. Don't mess with the sea until minds is marked. Tell me we don't serve an excellent Yah. Glory be to the Father. Yes. Glory be to the Father. Yes. Yes. But is mom okay now? How can you be okay? You live to see all this chaos and these things. That stuff still lives with you, you know? Yes, he is. He's excellent. So Sister Deborah then held you all for 3 hours. Earlier it was 1 hour. Now it's been 2 hours. Now it's 10 o'clock. But I say unto you, all praise and glory and honor to the Most High Yah, an excellent Yah. Yes. Glory to the Father. Crime of violence. Yes, that's what that is. She's okay. Oh, wow. You say 11 where I am now. 11, what you mean? What you mean 11? Yes, Father. Peace and comfort. You're welcome. Yes, and stick with that spirit and truth. It's no match, is it, sister? I know it ain't. That's right. I know that's right. Praise the Most High Yah. So I, Sister Deborah, will say that you all have a pleasant night, sleep. And it worked really well with me, you guys. I worked out for about 7 minutes last night before I went to bed. And guess what? Slept like a baby. I'm telling you, this sister used to exercise, be in the gym, be active. And when all that shut down, let me tell you, this body started feeling like I'm 80 years old. But I give y'all all praise and glory for giving me the answer. And it didn't take medicine. It didn't take a medication. All it took was me listening to him tell me to go back to what you know that you can work, Deborah. This sister was working out and what? Went to bed, felt like a baby. So I, Sister Deborah, say you all, thank you. I say to you all, have a blessed night. And I know that you will. Shalom and shalom.